Okay, Thursday, 27th of February, 2025. So, Adrian's daily vlog, sharing smart stuff men should know. Thoughtful Thursday, philosophy and musings from life. Sleeping civilization thesis and human evolution. Now, interesting. A lot of people talk about human evolution, how we haven't changed much over the past 100,000, 200,000, 50,000, 10,000 or so years. Well, I think one of those, just theorizing and following the logic, I think one of the answers to that potential dilemma, let's say, could be what I like to call the sleeping thesis, a sleeping civilization thesis, meaning, you know how when you go to sleep, time flies by, and then you wake up, and then time starts to slow down, in a sense. You're flying through time because you're asleep, you're oblivious to time. Then when you wake up, then you start to understand time, the seconds and minutes, everything else like that. It could be akin to that, but stretched over thousands of years and thousands of years ago. Meaning, mankind was asleep, let's say, in the figurative sense, and just surviving in nature. Caveman, you could say, to be a little specific. And because there was no written records, it kind of just disappeared. History was forgotten. Things and events, occasions, moments, whatever, in the caveman times were forgotten about. And just time went by slowly with minimal development, minimal advances, such as development of writing or paint, cave paintings, for example, things like that. And then because humans would have evolved to that state, that mind, that mentality, or even during that time, they would have changed and evolved subtly, slowly, gently, to the point where, hey, we can now use tools. We can figure it out. We can cognitively process these things, tools. We can cognitively understand fire. We can cognitively understand agriculture. Cognitively understand, otherwise it's nomadic. It's roaming around and living wherever the animals graze, wherever the food is, going here and there. Nomadic lifestyle. Interesting. And it was that over that time period, while you're sleeping, figuratively speaking, the brain develops, which means that they're able to do more stuff, fire, tools, etc., writing, paint. And then that's the spark of civilization. That's the moment of saying, waking up in the morning, and now time goes by slower, so to speak, because there's a record of it. And then because there's only, say, 2, 4, 6,000 years ago, that's nothing in the grand scheme of things. And in that time, not much is going to happen, or much evolution is going to happen, change is going to happen. And that could be fundamentally why people would say, well, humans haven't changed over the past 2, 4, 6,000 or so years. Because before then, they hadn't reached that critical level in human development, mentality, evolution, cognitive, whatever, anything, to be able to start viewing the world differently, being able to start inventing. And it's that discovery, that invention of whatever, you name it, tools, let's say, then things start to happen. Things start to slow down because I think interesting parallel to today is that intelligence was evolving faster than the instincts. So therefore we went from animalistic, caveman, let's keep it simple, to more modern day human, as we know ourselves, cognitively speaking, praxeologically speaking, today. So that's interesting. That means the intelligent was outpacing the instincts, and then before you know it, we have and do things that defy our evolution, defy what we could say more accurately, we are maladapted to. Because the society we live in today, not to criticize or to point fingers, but we are maladapted to this kind of lifestyle. For example, a car, we're not adapted to be driving on things 60 or so, 70, 80, 100 kilometers per hour, or even on the pavement when these things are driving past us at 50, 60, 40, whatever kilometers per hour. But because of our intelligence, because it's evolving faster, we're able to reason and logical way that instinct or suppress it, that fight or flight mentality, because of logic. That logic part of the mind and brain has reached terminal velocity, escape velocity, where now we can we can reason, and we are reasoning things and doing reason more than being instinctive, than being emotional. It's still there fundamentally. It's just waiting for the right conditions, the scenario, situations to be unleashed. Panic, fear, fight or flight, usual buzzwords like that. And I think that's going to continue. And that can have a parallel to AI as well, where the intelligence in the AI hasn't reached that critical balance yet, that critical mass, to then start being exponential and hitting escape velocity and terminal velocity, just running away, so to speak. That is an interesting parallel. And yeah, that's powerful. That's an interesting observation. Follow the logic. And we can go one step further and say, it just slipped my mind. What I was just talking about just now. Something else to expand on it. But that's okay. Maybe another time. Yeah. No, we'll come back to it after the video. No problem. But that's the point. It's interesting how mankind was asleep as it reached that critical development in the cognitive process, and then it's able to ignite fire, create tools, create paint, start doing writing, things like that. And I think that's important to understand in terms of human evolution. The overall goal of mankind. And I think that kind of goes the way to explain why we haven't changed much over the past 4,000 years, 6,000 years. Not enough change. But 100,000 years, 120,000 years, I don't really know how long mankind's been around. Yes, there'll be subtle enough, visible enough changes. Fascinating. But yeah, sleeping civilization thesis, human evolution. Interesting. But otherwise, Adrian's daily vlog, sharing smart stuff men should know. Subscribe for more, and you will see me tomorrow.